And welcome back, everyone. Welcome. Oh my god. Sorry. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to another lovely, beautiful Wednesday broadcast. Bienvenidos. Welcome to the Tenacious Turtle Tussle number 2 replay cast. The very final, the very last replay cast that we have before we catch up with everything that we did miss last week. We've made it. We have finally made it. After a couple of grueling days of back-to-back casts, we are here. And for those wondering, this is a replay cast. This Tenacious Turtle Tussle, it was played out Sunday morning, so only a couple of days ago, 3 or so days ago, so not that long ago. And yeah, unfortunately, we weren't quite able to cover it. And I was looking at the bracket earlier. Be careful if you do look at the bracket. Of course, there are spoilers in the chat, so do take care. But it's a little bit my fault. It's my fault because typically when we cover our events and when we do post our signups, I typically chase down players. I chase down certain players, and I'm like, yo, we got an event, papi. And they're like, oh, thank you. And of course, I wasn't there to do that, and we missed out on some of our key players for this event. So I'm a little bit sad. Eric thought it was 1 hour later, so Eric missed signups, he missed check-ins. Likewise, so did Cham as well. So some of our Latin American Zerg representatives weren't able to be a part of this event. Strange. I'll make sure to get them in for the next one, but for this one they were a little bit late to sign up, they were late to check in, so they were not able to be a part of it. But we still have plenty of amazing and talented players. For those who may not know what this event is, there's a turtle involved. There is. there's a story behind the turtle itself, for those wondering. But this is an event that is region locked. We region lock this event to the regions of Asia, Latin America, and North America. We don't include Europeans, and we don't include Koreans either. So with that region lock, we're just kind of giving some of the smaller regions a better opportunity to improve amongst themselves and to compete and to earn some money as well. As you know, there is more of a Korean and European dominance in these open tournaments. So yeah, it's just kind of our way to help give these other players a chance to shine and a chance to really prove themselves as well. So that's kind of our initiative here with the Tenacious Turtle Tussle. It's kind of like GPO, except open to the Americas as well, basically, and typically hosted at an America's friendly time as well, just to incentivize those signups. Speaking of, we have our players here and now. We have some players that I haven't cast in a long time. I love that we're able to cover them once again. Paquito and WhiteIdra himself. We have such a long history with these players. They used to be regulars in the Latin American tournaments that we used to run way back when, a couple of years ago at the start of the COVID era of StarCraft. So it's great to see them returning, and yeah, we will just jump right into it. Oh, un momento, papi, un momento. Just need to make sure everything's okay. Ay. Here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have the Mexican Terran player himself, one of Otis's boys, the cheesiest Terran in all of the Americas. I know that's quite a statement, but it's true. he's an animal. He's the hot mono of the Americas. It's the pink Terran. It is WhiteIdra. Oh, my mistake. my casting tool closed on me for some reason. Can I fix that? Ha! Hey. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Dragon Scales, we have as opponent, we have the best Protoss player in all of Latino America, also from the land of Mexico. It is Pacomike. El Paquito himself. Let's go. Oh, it's been so long since I've casted either one of these players. Again, they used to be regulars in Sentimiento Latino, in Copa Hyperion, in Battle of the Americas, Batalla de las Americas. We used to host so many of these weekly regular events, and unfortunately they've all fallen by the wayside. Battle of the Americas, I think, ended in 2021. Goodbye Period ended in 2022. And Sentimiento Latino also ended in 2022 as well. So, yeah, I mean, relatively recently they did end, but you know, since then we haven't really seen these players as frequently as we used to. You know, I think of these two, I think of Davo, I think of Eggs, I think of the Zerg Lord, Eric as well. Hopefully, you know, we can bring him back. We can bring him back in one way, shape, or form. That's another one of the big reasons why we are hosting Tenacious Turtle Tussle. All the old American or the Americas regional events, the weeklies, they're not around anymore. The ones that I just mentioned. On top of that, you know, like the Filthy NA Cup, NA Ladder Heroes, what's the other one? The NA Apprentice, the NA Apprentice weeklies, the Pizza Pie bi-weekly, for example. They've all come and they've all gone. So this is kind of our way to, you know, try and fill that void. And this isn't quite a weekly event, it's more of a bi-weekly, so, you know, it isn't quite filling the entire void that is filled, but we're trying to do our part here for the players. And yeah, it's great to see them coming out once again. Feels good, man. Feels good. Meanwhile, we have Pacomike scouting desperately around the map, and I don't blame him. You know, WhiteIdra, he's got the it was dubbed El Rompeculo. He had a very special proxy build where he used to proxy his racks, proxy his factory, float the factory into the main base of the Protoss. It was a TVP build, and then he would proxy Widowmine in the base of the Protoss player, and he would also have an armory back at home. So things would get wild. And he's beaten Pacomike before doing stuff like that, like doing crazy builds. And likewise, we see something a little bit different here as well. We have a 2-1-1 setup. Something still crazy, but we've been seeing a little bit more of it recently. Meanwhile, Pacomike has been scouting diligently around the map before heading across with his adept. We do see a robo opener from Pacomike. So, in a way, can be relatively defensive. With this, we can gain access to Immortals very early on. We give up on some flexibility and some maneuverability with the lack of Blink, of course. But with this second gateway, we may get a third gate. We could just be aggressive with vanilla gateway units and a Prism. We got options here. We got options. Meanwhile, the Adept, gets across the map, but it does go down here to the Marines. A little bit of miscontrol there by Pacomike. Well done by WhiteIdra. Meanwhile, we have confirmation it is not an Immortal, it is going to be a Prism. So we do see Pacomike is going to be very aggressive off of 2 bases, going to be prioritizing that. There is a Twilight Council behind it, so we're getting mixed signals. Very mixed signals here. One, this isn't the most committed Prism aggression here, because it's only off of 2 gates, so we can only warp in 2 units at a time. We're moving out with everything we have, but it's going to be like light aggression. You know, we can't really reinforce too heavily, and we're transitioning very quickly into a Twilight Council and into a Forge. So, very interesting opener. Not the most efficient as... Oh my god. Hello. Oh, look at the boy. Bienvenidos. So yeah, you know, a little bit inefficient in a way because it's going to be slowing down his other tech, of course. But here we go, he jumps into the main base, but WhiteIdra is waiting for him in the main. He's got his Marines, he's got his tanks. Behind this, he did end up throwing down an additional couple of Raxes here, and we have our first medevac on the way. Interesting. So, as we do see Pacomike trying to poke up into the main base, WhiteIdra did not go for the add-on switch, so he's only making 1 medevac at a time instead of 2. Because of this, any kind of drop play is going to be delayed here for WhiteIdra. Meanwhile, the depot did in fact go down. Pacomike behind this, going straight for a 3rd base. So greedy. We've been seeing a lot of this from Protoss and PvT recently. Off of 2 gates. 2 gates. He's just teched up heavily. He's going for a 3rd base, and he's going for a Templar Archives. Like, he barely has an army. This is his army. 4 Stalkers. And if he ever loses this, and if WhiteIdra ever moves out across the map, Pacomike would be in trouble. Well, the problem is that there is a bit of a skill difference here, and what I mean by that is, I'm sure WhiteIdra is respecting Pacomike quite a bit. Like, I'm sure he's not really feeling too confident moving out. Like, looking at the vision of WhiteIdra, he hasn't seen anything. He has no idea what Pacomike is doing right now. WhiteIdra is more concerned with defending back at home, and Pacomike is kind of taking advantage of that. Oh my god! Ooh. As I say that, the Prism does go down. All 4 Stalkers as well. Now is the time to counterattack for WhiteIdra. He does salvage his bunker. He's going to be going across the map. This is all confirmed by the observer of Pacomike, and back at home, we've got 4 more gates on the way. We have the gateway explosion. We now have some production to work with. But again, not many units. We have 2 Immortals, a Sentry, High Templar that can do nothing because Storm is still not even halfway done. And a Shield Battery at the natural. No Shield Battery at the third base yet. So this third is very vulnerable to an attack here. Honestly, WhiteIdra, if he wanted to, he could push up into the main. He goes for the scan. He sees the army. He sees a High Templar. He may think Storm is done. Oh! He dives on forward. He does pick off one of the High Templar already. We do have a couple of Stalkers, but they are hallucinations. They're fake, Papi. They're fake. You can fight. Ah. You can go for it, Papi. And again, he's respecting this army quite a bit here. He's really tentative about pushing on forward. Again, he probably thinks Storm is done, and Storm is now complete. Enough time has passed, and here we go. The High Templar leading the charge. Oh, the first Storm. The second Storm does connect. And with the power of the Storm, it looks like Pacomike has barely held. Again, he shouted to the hallucinations. Oh my god, WhiteIdra, there was a window there that he could have taken advantage of. He could have killed the army, maybe broken into the natural, into the third, whatever he wanted. But Pacomike was kind of bluffing really well. Like, he was like posturing. He was like, yo, come at me, I got Storm. He didn't. He didn't have much of anything. He didn't have Storm, and his Stalkers were fake. But he pulled it off. He pulled it off, and he was able to push away or delay the push for as long as possible. And now WhiteIdra is forced back. And now Pacomike has gotten away with murder. Like, he's gotten away with saturating this third base. Like, look at the worker count right now. It's insane. He's gotten away with all this tech. And now he's taking up even further. We have a second robo and a bay for double Colossus production. It's illegal. Illegal what Pacomike has done. And yeah, now he's been able to rebuild his prism and move out across the map, and now the longer that WhiteIdra is stuck on 2 bases, the worse it's going to be for him. So far, still no third CC. He's got 5 Raxes, 5 Raxes, 1 factory, 1 starport in the main, so pretty standard 2-base setup. Actually 6 Raxes. I didn't notice the one at the natural. So he may be forced to pull the boys. He may have to go all in, as he does go for a double jump into the main. Alright, what can we get done here? A pylon's gonna go down, maybe a gateway. We do have a Warping of Zealous. Charge is completed here for Pacomike. We do have Zealous trying to knock down the front door as well, but they will be cleaned up. And as I say, going for an all-in, unfortunately, for me at least, WhiteIdra does throw down a second NG base, so it looks like he wants to get into double upgrades here. Looks like he's looking for a longer game. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna try to macro out of this position. So do see some drop play coming out here from WhiteIdra, trying to pull apart his opponent, and he's getting a little bit of value here and there, but he did take a Storm to the face earlier, and with that, Pacomike is slowly taking his 4th base, now up 2 bases compared to his opponent. Still no thirds here. Let's go, Papi! Oh, the mixed signals. Throw down a second NG bay, but not use it. Oh, what a chat. We're pulling the boys, Papi. We are 100% all in. We got to end the game one way or another. What do we have to defend? So far, we're about to have 1 Colossus. The first Colossus is on the horizon. No Extento Malance, but we do have 2 High Templar. We will have 2 Storms. Oh, we have 4 High Templar, actually. We got a lot of Storms. Up! Great target firing. 1 High Templar is going to be going down. Another Storm is going to be connecting with the majority of the Marines. The Colossus is coming out. We need the boys. And the Colossus is going to be going down immediately. Nice target firing here by WhiteIdra, but his army is heavily stimmed. Ooh, another Storm is going to connect with the SCVs. Another one with the Bio Army. Oh my god. Can WhiteIdra pull this off? The tanks are shelling away in the back line. We've lost our SCVs. And here comes the Disruptor. Up, 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 up. Oh no! Nova does get 2 of those Marauders. It looks like the tanks are going down to those Zealots, and Pacomike has held. We have the shield battery. We have the overcharge. We only have a handful of units left here. GG, well played. And Paquito will take game number 1. Ooh. GG. That was wild. That was pretty wild. Again, there was an opportunity there for WhiteIdra. Like, there was a window where he could have maybe even ended the game, or at least gotten a good lead, but Pacomike, the poker face. A little bit too good in the end. GG, he does take the first game and does take a bit of a lead in this series. Let's go. Are there any Zergs at all? No Zergs in this tournament, unfortunately. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. I'm just catching up in the chat. Catching up. Hello, sinistro, papi, sinistro. I also forgot the starting time. Ah, it's okay. Fun fact, Eric was like 10 minutes late. No, 10 minutes. Not like this, papi. Not like this. He was so cool. Oh, all right. Let's go. And sporting in the bottom right-hand corner of, they're talking about laddering on the Korean ladder on the Korean server. Sporting in the bottom right-hand corner of Babylon, we have the best Pro Tools player in all of Mexico and all of Latino America, even representing Team LTK, licensed to kill. It is Pacomike. And spawning in the top left-hand corner. In the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Mexican Terran player, the cheesiest Terran in all of the Americas, but playing relatively standard in game one. It is WhiteIdra. Hey there, you casting ESL Summer Asia later today? Gogojoy versus Coffee. We are not a part of the ESL Masters broadcast, unfortunately. So, we would love to be a part of that, but and we have been a part of the DreamHack B streams before, but we are not a part of the mainstream. So, yeah, we'll just have to watch. Well, I say that I actually don't think we'll be able to watch it because we're gonna be casting the Kung Fu Cup tonight. So. Alas, we won't be able to cover that. I'll try to tune in though. I'll try to tune in, definitely. I'm always willing to watch some Gogojoy, some ESL Asia action. As we do see a bit of a probe scout coming out from Pacomike, slips into the main base, and he is locked in by that depot. There is no other way out of here. And WhiteIdra has hidden his second racks. We have a bit of a 2 racks opener. Let's go. But we're getting mixed signals. It's a 2 racks opener, but we're not making Reapers. Oh my god. Okay. All right. We're going for a 1 base all in. So the probe does go down, and because the probe falls, what this means is that Pacomike won't be able to confirm if there's a natural or not. He scattered a Rax expand. There was only 1 gas in the main base, so for all he knows, there is a CC on the low ground. He doesn't have confirmation, but that is kind of a big possibility here for WhiteIdra. Sorry, for Pacomike, because WhiteIdra, he's proxying everything. We got 1 Rax in the main, we got 1 Rax at the natural, and we got 1 Rax across the map. Let's go. Just it's just a hashtag WhiteIdra things. You love to see it. You love to see it. Going to be going for a bit of an add-on stop as well. But again, this is going to be a 1 base all in. And Pacomike is currently none the wiser, but he is scouting around the map with his adept, and he is going to come across the proxy racks. Ooh. Unfortunate here for WhiteIdra. The SCV is going to be going down, and Pacomike is now fully aware of what's going on because this is a very late Rax. This is very sus. Very odd. And we are going for a Robo first, so again, a very safe opener. We saw this last game where Pacomike made a Prism to be aggressive. Now he's going to have the option to make an Immortal to be defensive. And sure, he's not going to have a Twilight Council, he's not going to have Blink or anything like that, but really, units are what's more important right now in this situation. You know, Marines are rushing across the map. Tank production has commenced. Honestly, I feel like the factory should have been proxied, not the racks, but it's all good. For a proxy tank. Regardless, here we go. The Marines and the tanks are rushing on in. We do have a starport in the main base as well. Still no CC, still pretty damn all in. As the Rax is looking to finish up, and we'll see how this works out here. There's that Immortal. So again, Pacomike is fully aware of the all-in, and he's fully aware that he needs nothing but units to defend. He's going to be lifting the Rax and going into the main? Okay. Or at least using it to spot like an Overlord? I'm ready. Show me, Papi. Show me the way. Oh my god. So we do have some reinforcements rallying across the map here. We have our second tank. We've got our medevac on the way. And we're going to be landing our racks. I guess it's going to be looking to soak up some damage. All right. We're leapfrogging the racks over so we can just keep producing Marines. You know what? Well, you know, WhiteIdra, he's M1. Like, what can I say? And here we go. The Stalkers are coming in from behind to try and catch some reinforcements, and a tank is going to be going down. A massive pickup here. WhiteIdra, he's cut off from his reinforcements. He has to make this work with just what he has. But we have a shield battery. We have an overcharge. We have the high ground. And we do not have high ground vision. WhiteIdra can't really see what's up that ramp. We do see another Marine popping out from that proxy racks. Oh boy. And we just have to wait for the medevac. The medevac is going to help provide vision for that tank, and he'll be able to lay siege upon the robo. But as time goes on, this is going to get harder and harder for WhiteIdra. Boy, here we go. The tank slowly pushing forward here is going to get within range of the robo, but a second immortal is about to pop. Charge on the horizon as well, finishing up in a couple of seconds. We even have +1 on the way. We threw down a Forge. That's how confident Pacomike was in his defense. But here we go. The boys are being pulled. WhiteIdra, he knows how to play Terran. You pull the boys, Papi. Chargers are coming on in, but the SCVs are here. Oh, the Zealots are still getting on top of the on top of the Marines though. And nice target firing. The Marauders, the Immortals do take down the tank. And with the death of that tank, I think that may just be the end of this push. The SCVs trade with the Zealots. The Marines survive, but these are vanilla Marines. No stim, no combat shields, no nothing. And GG gets called. Oh, and Pacomike takes the series 2-0. GG, Papi, GG. A really interesting all-in there by WhiteIdra. I'll be honest, haven't seen anything quite like it. I really like that he hid his one base all-in by proxying in his own natural. I thought that was really smart. Proxying the third racks across the map. As we saw, the downside to that is that it does mean that there's a higher chance for Pacomike to scout it. And if he does, then he can have plenty of time to react as well. So I'm not really loving the proxy third racks, to be honest. And then still going for the starport as well. It's interesting. It's odd. it's an odd one, but I appreciate it nonetheless. GG, well played. WhiteIdra does get knocked down to the lower bracket, and Pacomike moves forward here. Again, this is of course a double elimination tournament. We didn't really get too many signups, so didn't have enough for single limb. Because of that, we'll have a bit of a different format.